An Auckland school rugby coach who has been convicted of 95 sexual abuse charges following a 2.5-month-long trial. Oloseo Taimor has been on trial in the High Court at Auckland since August, defending more than 100 charges, detailing the historical abuse of 17 boys. This morning, after deliberating for 2 days, the jury returned with its verdicts. Our reporter Anika Smith was in court and filed this report.
Oloseo Taimor showed no emotion this morning as each of the 106 charges against him were read out. The jury found him guilty of 95 of the charges and delivered not guilty verdicts for the remaining 11, which included one charge relating to the 18th complainant. The verdicts brought to an end what was described by Justice Moore as a long and harrowing trial. Taimor sexually abused 17 boys over nearly 3 decades, at his house, in his car and in school sports sheds. He also abused them at McDonald's, where he worked as a manager, and at some of the complainants' homes. His youngest victim was just 9 years old at the time. The Crown's case was that Taimor was a trusted member of his community who abused that trust for his own pleasure. Speaking after the verdicts, Crown Prosecutor Jasper Rhodes said it had been a complex case.
It was very, very complex. Lots of moving parts, lots of witnesses, lots of complainants, lots of people needing to be in the right place at the right time, and a lot of evidence. I think we were up to 2,500 pages of notes. So yeah, lots of complicating factors.
25 of the charges are sexual violation, a crime that carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in jail. That and the sheer volume of charges means a lengthy sentence is expected.
I requested reports to be done so that we could consider, or ask the court to consider, preventive detention, but whether that's the case depends on those reports. In terms of the actual sentence, it would be high, probably unprecedented.
Taimor's defence lawyer, Panama Leawanai, said his client was disappointed with the verdicts.
I think he's extremely upset by the verdicts, but I suppose given the nature of the charges and the number of complainants, it may not have been unexpected, although he probably is still very upset about it.
The former rugby coach claimed the case against him was all lies and fabrication, but his lawyer is not sure whether Taimor still claims he's innocent.
We've had to talk to him about that because he's going to be seen to by 2 psychiatrists and also by a probation officer. So on the way to recovery, we've indicated that, given him some advice, and so we'll see whether he takes it or not.
Mr Leawanai said he was relieved the lengthy trial was now over and satisfied Taimor wasn't found guilty on all of the 106 charges.
Having said that, you've got to balance it up. There are a large number of young men and they've come to court, and so their lives have also been greatly affected. Mr Taimor was highly respected amongst the community, but when you have these number of young men and relatives who've made their complaints, one's got to look at these sorts of things objectively as well.
Jasper Rhodes said he hoped the complainants, who had each gone through the difficult process of giving evidence, would find some peace in the trial's outcome.
I'm hopeful that for many of them it'll bring some form of closure, that they have been through a very long process. I don't think anyone can feel happy about this sort of thing. It's not a win or anything like that, but I hope they feel some form of ability to move forward from this, and that it does feel like a positive step in the road for them.
Taimor has been remanded in custody for sentencing on the 14th of December. Mō te hōtaka o te ahiahi nei, ko Anika Smith aho.